Ivan Wood's impact at Plainville High School and CAS-CIAC is immeasurable. As a teacher, coach, and principal, he championed athletics and helped build a flourishing athletics community at his school. In more than 60 years as a tournament director and committee and board member at CAS-CIAC, he was a foundational contributor, playing a critical role in the growth and success of CIAC tournaments and the organization as a whole.
He just was a man for all seasons. He could make things happen depending what needed to happen. And I think people respected him for that, whether it was in the classroom or in the athletic venue or in an office. He drew the respect of people, and I think this was remembered in his nomination.
My dad was hired right out of Springfield College. He had never been to Plainville before. The superintendent came to Springfield looking for a PE biology teacher, and so he interviewed my dad. My dad got hired on the spot, and he felt a loyalty, and he really appreciated the fact that he was hired by Plainville. Once he got to Plainville, he found that he had a community there that valued education, valued athletics, and so he felt it was important to stay there and have it become part of his life. He was offered opportunities to leave Plainville, but Plainville really became part of him, and he always said Plainville was a community with a great heart, and so he fell in love with it, and they fell in love with him.
During the growth period, the rapid growth period that CAC had in those 60s and 70s, he took ownership of what he did. He and, you know, the Joe Fontanas and the Tom Monahans, you know, that they grew this organization. They added credibility to it. Whatever they said, people would actually listen. And therefore, this taking ownership, he was proud of it, and it was his baby. And they were able to get things done by just patting somebody on the back or, you know, a whisper in the ear, because they had so much class and knowledge and credibility.
But that's the kind of guy he was. He brought people into the fold, and he got people involved in this organization, and there was a camaraderie about things that you know, that this office stands for. There's that kind of feeling of a family, and he certainly brought that to the table.
It was part of my dad's nature to want to be involved. He wasn't one to sit on the sidelines. He was used to being on the court, playing, being part of the activity, and so that he brought that experience to working in high school athletics. And so he believed in those programs. He thought they were of value, and they were at the core of making students good citizens, and so he thought it was important to advocate for those kind of programs in the state.
He took ownership and accountability, and he involved people, and that's, my cousin went into education for years, and, I've been officiating for years, so it's all due to him.
Back then, even as a coach, before I was an athletic director, you knew of him. He was an icon, and you saw what he gave and what he committed to this organization, and it helped you aspire to want to do the same. And this office runs on a lot of volunteerism and contributions from our membership, and we try to make it go, and everybody works together. And he brought that to the table. He just was a tremendous icon and role model in that regard.
And the day that we had Woody's funeral, and we came around the corner from East Street onto Robert Holcomb Way, and every single kid in that school was lined up from the front door all the way down to East Street. It was one of the proudest moments I've ever had and one of the lowest moments I've ever had. And it just, it'll bring a tear to my eye today. It was just, what a tribute. But every one of those kids was so respectful that it'll always stay with me.
I think that my dad would be extremely honored, and specifically to be honored along with those in the state that were highly involved in the CIAC, that he attended committee meetings with and worked with to bring sports and athletics in the state of Connecticut to the present day level. Our family is very proud that his legacy is continuing. We're very happy for this honor from my dad, and we thank you for that.